Here is an N64 that I just modded with an HDMI out mod that is supposed to be live on retroremaster.com for you guys to buy, but it's not. And I'm not quite sure why, because I'm pretty sure I tested this in stream. I'll put the clip up here. I'm pretty sure I tested it on stream and everything was working just fine. And now when I tested it after fully putting it together, it is not having any audio. It outputs, but there's no audio. So I got to figure that out. But we're going to test it again just to make sure that I'm not crazy. Plus, there's some slightly more thorough testing I would like to try. And I don't have a cartridge out. One moment. We have visual through HDMI. There's no sound coming out of the TV. So I can even press start and we're in the menus and stuff. Controller works, video works, but no sound. Really don't know why. But if we pop in AV, turn it on, and we get sound. It doesn't say Super Smash Brothers, apparently, on the Japanese version. But there is sound through AV and not through HDMI. So I'm not quite sure what the problem is. Maybe we have a bum board. But what we're going to do is we're going to tear this apart and try it with the top half off. Oddly enough, sometimes, like in a GameCube that I modded over the weekend, I just had the screws for the heatsink too tight, and I was testing it with the console on and, mostly taking apart, disk drive out, and I just loosened the screws for the heatsink while it was on and plugged into the TV, and once it got loose enough, the sound came back. I was kind of blown away by that. I never experienced that before. So maybe I tightened a few of these too tight and that might be crushing this board, and that could be the reason why. Or I have no idea. So I'm going to try it here with no top half on, because this is how I originally tested it anyways in the stream, and there's still no sound. If I loosen these screws here, will the sound come back? No. What if I loosen this screw? No. Well, I'm going to have to remove the cartridge to loosen these screws. Maybe if I reseat the cable? No. Okay, I'm going to fully tear this apart real quick and get down to the bottom of this, hopefully. Doesn't look like anything was smashed or cut or anything on the board. And since it outputs through AV but not HDMI, it should be fine. I can try reflowing the solder, but it just doesn't, something else seems wrong. I don't see any visible damage here. So let's just run it from it being completely removed from the shell. See if this makes a difference. There is no audible difference. Oh. I think you can hear it now. That was so weird. I kind of just like pulled it. Okay. I mean, doesn't really, maybe there was pressure and it like, I don't know. My best guess is I did screw it too tight and the pressure made this freak out a little bit, and then just touching it a little bit made it work again. I don't know. I'm gonna put it back together and see what happens. Okay, let's plug this back in. I hand tightened them all just in case. Didn't want to accidentally over tighten them. And of course, gotta plug in the controller. Maybe the ribbon cable's just like wonky. I mean, I honestly didn't notice anything wrong with the ribbon cable. I guess I will quickly try replacing the cable. I left a screw out anyways. And then we'll see if that makes a difference. All right. I've got a new ribbon cable, but first we have to remove the old one. So I'm going to turn up the heat to 350C. And we can start with removing these guys and then just heating up the joint. And that was one of the easiest desolderings I've ever done. That was awesome. When I clean my iron and try and clean up this area a little bit, Then clean my iron again. I'm going to drop it down to 330C. And then we can put this down, put some flux, some new flux across the new ribbon. Try and find that dot underneath all of that old burnt flux. And solder just that half down. And then we can solder the other half down. And then drag solder across the rest of it. I'm going to add just the tiniest little bit. The tiniest little bit. That's probably going to end up being too much. And my soldering iron is giving me a hard time now. And then drag solder across all of it. Trying to get solder on every pin and have all the pins of the, I think this is the CPU. Maybe it's the GPU of the Nintendo 64 to solder to all of the pads on this ribbon cable. And I think I did it. Now I'm going to solder this 5-volt line to this 5-volt line. And then I'm going to try to solder this COM wire to this pin there without any bridging. And I think I did it all. And I did all that before the TV timed out with no signal. So let's bring this back over here. Let's slap this down. And I really, really sincerely hope that this just works. And then when I put it together, it also just works. So we're going to test it without putting the top half or any screws in. Just like this. And if this still doesn't work, I think the board is the issue. Please work. 2 times now. Don't forget the controller. No, it's the board. That's the expensive part. Or I just did a bad job of soldering again. I don't think so. It was the board. Nice. Okay. So now I get to carefully put the new board in. And I mean, like, I could try and inspect and fix the board that's already in here. But most likely it just got crushed. So I'm just probably going to count it as a loss. But yeah, let's do a time lapse of me putting this back together. And then we'll test it one more time. And I'll actually get to show you that it works. All right. One last final test. And I can call it good. Call it a day. Not really. My work day's still going. All right. And 3, 2, 1, on. And that is sound, baby. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for watching. And that's a little loud. I don't really have an answer as to why it happened, but maybe this was just a bad board, or maybe I crushed it. Now that I'm looking at it, it does look slightly bent right around here. So I could have munched some lines there that have to do with audio. Not really sure though. So I don't think there's any fixing this board, but if there is, then there will be a part 2, but don't hold your breath. You'll die. And now that this is fixed, you can buy this retroremaster.com, or you can buy a shirt if this is too expensive for you. retroremaster.com. This is going to be the cheapest N64 that I put up because it's the pretty beat up original shell. All right, bye.